Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Michael of M.O.D Catering Service. Thanks for joining me today. You're going to decorate this beautiful sheet cake for Nadra's first birthday. At the end of this video, you're going to learn a lot. I hope you stay with me. I mostly bake my sheet cake layers with my baking sheet and I divide them equally, and I love marbling my sheet cake. So here we did chocolate and red velvet marbled. Then we marbled vanilla with strawberry and coconut, cookies and cream, and grated chocolate. I love my customers to have a feel of every flavor we have. So we mostly give out at least 5 different flavors in our customized cake. And when it comes to sheet cake, we marble them because we can use all 6 different flavors separately. We have to marble them so you can get a taste of every flavor in there. We sandwiched our cake with our blueberry filling cream, that's our chocolate filling cream. Then came our marbled red velvet and chocolate cake. We make sure we are stacking our flavors or cake layers very well because we wouldn't want our cakes shifting or our cake layers shifting from our normal position. So we sandwich again with I use blueberry whipped cream, and I use less than 3 cups for this whole cake. It's a 12 by 16 inch rectangle cake, very huge, and we use less than 3 cups for it. So we layered with our blueberry filling cream. Then came our very last layer. After getting all our layers stacked together, the best I could do was make sure I push in some towels before trimming because I wouldn't want my cake layers shifting while trimming. And if it happens that way, you mostly end up having your cakes some parts bigger than the other because your layers ended up shifting from its actual position. We are going to gently trim the sides and the very top. When I got to the top, I had to cut off the dowels and just push them down into our cake board. Then we trimmed the whole surface, and we had to, of course, fill in some parts where I trimmed or our cake trimmings. So we get the top equal and the whole sides equal. So we're going to carefully and gently trim the whole cake till we get our perfect rectangle shape. Once you are done trimming our whole cake, you are just going to carefully crumb coat our whole cake layers with our whipped cream. We made sure we whip our cream till very stiff because we are going to finish the whole cake the following day. So we crumb coated this cake and popped it back into the freezer to make sure we have our whole cake and crumb coats very stiff and hard to be coated the following day. So we gently cover our cake, the whole surface, with whipped cream, then the sides as well with whipped cream, creating our clean and sharp edges because I keep saying this. For a perfect cake, you have to make sure your crumb coating is always on point. Do not decorate or crumb coat your cake anyhow because you think that's the first coat. No, you make sure you're getting a perfect cake coating. That's your first cake coating before you finally coat them with your final frosting or final whipped cream. So you're going to gently coat this whole cake so we get that perfect crumb coating. Then we pop that into the freezer and continue with our final frosting. So here is our cake the following day after crumb coating and freezing overnight. We made sure we worked on our edges. Our cake was very smooth, well crumb coated before this day, so that covering and coating this cake is going to be super easy and super simple. Here we have our cake, coating the whole surface with our cream and coating the sides as well with our cream. We're going to cover our whole sides. When you're done, we add in some pink, create our edges, comb our cake, work on the edges and make sure we have clean edges, and we pipe around our cake. Then we add in our printed out toppers. We didn't actually have any design, and since she was one, we decided to go in for a Barbie or a princess themed cake for her. That's why we reached out for a pink frosting and decided to marble our cake. We're going to cover our whole cake in white, smoothing or comb that out. Then we add in some pink accent to create a marbling effect for Nanadre's first birthday. So stay tuned as we bring you this beautiful birthday cake for Nanadre's first birthday. let me take you through my secret to perfect combing. So once you start from the edge, you do not end at the edge. Almost to the end of the edge, you gently pull out your comb. So I'm going to take you through again. So once you start combing from the very edge, you do not comb all the way to the other edge because you end up messing up with your edges. So before you get there, you gently pull away your comb. So let's proceed with this particular side and see what I'm talking about. So once it starts from your very edge, you push all the way. So when you check here, it wasn't up to the edge, because if you should get there with your comb, you're going to mess up your edge, which we do not want that to happen, because you've been able to go through all this stress only for you to mess up your whole cake edges with your cake comb or cake scraper. So you take it from the side, you finish almost halfway to the end, then you take it from the other side, you finish halfway to the end. I love working with water and scraper or cake comb because it smoothens out my cream for me. It gives me that perfect smooth or perfect cream or perfect combing on my cream. As you can see, it's very beautiful, it's very perfect. So once you comb and it's not really perfect, you spray your comb and pass through for the very last time, and you'll get that smooth and flawless combing. As you can see, it wasn't smooth, so we had to comb from the opposite side and we got this perfect finishing. So you're going to repeat the same process over and over again. You do not comb from one edge to the other edge, no. You start combing from one edge, you finish almost halfway through to the other edge, just as I'm demonstrating, so you get your perfect and smooth finishing. So here we are, done with our combing. We are now going to work on our sharp edges. Sharp edges means a lot to most people. So we pick our palette knife and we create our edge, especially when there's no space. You just cut across the surface of your cream, holding a steady hand, and with the help of your turntable, you cut and you rotate your turntable. As you cut, you keep going the same way till you get your super smooth edge, and your edges should be the same height. You don't want any place being bumpy or taller than the other. You're going to repeat the whole process till we get our clean edges. And here we have our beautiful sheet cake, well combed, edges on point. It's easy to work with. You keep practicing till you become perfect. So we are done with our whole cake. We are going to pipe our marbled frosting on top, and this is our reverse shell. So what we do is we're just going to pipe the whole edges. Then we start arranging our printable or toppers onto our cake. We decided to push in skewers at the back because our toppers weren't edible. So we pushed in skewers at the back before pushing it onto our cake. And if you check closely, it didn't touch our cream. So you're going to repeat the whole topper till we cover our whole cake sides with toppers. Now, it's a happy dance for me. I was so happy because I was almost done and I was even running late for service. So at this point, I had to replace this topper. Please do not try this at home because you might end up messing your cake with our princess's topper. And I had to put that behind or in front of where the celebrants will be standing. Then we added some to the top and added extra stars and blossoms to the top. And here we have this beautiful Barbie paint sheet cake for Nana Joy's first birthday. I hope you learned something new. I'm Michael of M.O.D Catering Services. Don't forget to subscribe and share this with your friends to also learn. Thank you.